Hi everybody, you have found Amy Loves Crochet. Today's video I'm going to talk about the makes that I started in March, whether they're finished now or not. So let's talk about my little cat hat first. This was such an easy make. I was so surprised. Chloe Crafts this is the video that I followed, but a lot of people have them out there. It's just a square. You just do, or maybe a rectangle, and then fold the top over, and when you put it on your head, it creates the ears. And it's just so cute. It was so easy, and it's so light and soft. This was made with Vanna's Choice, and it's in a dusty purple color. Look how cute. Love it. Okay, so the first thing that I started in March was a crochet-along with Crystal from Bag a Day Crochet. And she's doing, she's releasing a video each Tuesday. And what she's doing is she's going to make those 9 squares for 9 weeks. 1 square a week, 9 weeks, into a blanket. And what she's using is, there's a small skein, a little cake of yarn that's got the head of one of the Sesame Street characters. And so, you know, like Oscar or the Count or Big Bird. And so she's made 1 each Tuesday. We started on March 8th. And she'll do 1 each Tuesday for 9 weeks and then put those all together as a blanket. And so what I am doing, because I don't have the little Sesame Street heads, is I just used a variegated color and a cream color. So hers would look just like this with Ernie's head, like right in the center of the item. But I just thought that this was a great little thing, crochet along. Each of the squares look different. Look at these, have like a little 3D effect of these little loopy-doos. I thought that was really cute. It was kind of a pain in the behind to make it initially, but once I started going with it, I enjoyed the way that it looked. So so that's just, you know, 2 different ones right here. Here's a third one that I really liked. So she's doing different stitches, like these in the corners were puff stitches, and then just regular crochet, double crochets. So I can't wait to see what the blanket's going to look like when I'm done, to have all 9 squares complete, and we are only up through 7, so we've got another 2 before we're done with that. So I'm really excited about that. And then basket. I made an Ashley cowl. So Cinnamon Stitches is somebody that I really enjoy watching, and she used a different yarn, which I did not have. So I was just trying to use up some of the skeins that I've got here, and I'm not in love with how it turned out. I really enjoyed the color combination in that skein that I was wanting to use, that I wanted to use up. But I was, you know, in a cowl you can kind of make it any size because everybody's spacing is going to be different. You might double it up, you might wear it just long. And so when I was making this, I was trying to wait until the color came back around in the cake to give me where I wanted to finish, and then it's gigantic. So see, it's super big, it's super wide. It's this great little chevron pattern I love so much, and I like the yarn, I like the softness. This was a Karen cake, and it was called Banana Bread. And so it is, is this my banana bread? This is the leftover banana bread of a second skein. I had 2 of them. So this is how much I have. I mean, it's, you just, this one's 200 grams, 80% acrylic, 20% wool, and it came in 383 yards. So I don't know if this one's like 450 or something like that. This feels pretty full still. So I don't know that I used a whole lot of that, but again, it's, you know, everybody, you can wear it, different colors showing up. You can double it over. Look, it can be all crochet covered. You know, depending on how you wanted to wear it. This could be, if I didn't have my hat on, you could wear it like this. You know, so there's tons and tons of different ways to wear this shawl, wear a cowl. And so I don't know that I would have made it as long if it were, you know, maybe a striped color or a solid color. These are big sections before the color changes again. So like I said, I was waiting to come around. I don't remember where the end was, which color I wanted to skein, or come around in the skein again before I tied off, but I ended up making it really, really big, but that's okay. So I enjoyed completing one of the things that Cinnamon Stitches does. She makes a lot of little tank tops and stuff, and I haven't gotten around to that yet. So the fact that I made this one made me real happy. And then I loved this one. Okay, so this is a pattern, again, by Hooked by Robin. I enjoy her very much. Her tutorials are very easy to follow. She's got a nice, sound to her videos. You can see exactly what she's working on. She is in England, but she uses US terms. And a lot of people that you're going to find that crochet from the UK, their stitch names are different. So we call a single crochet, they call that a double crochet. Our double crochet, they call a treble crochet. So if you're following somebody who is from England, you may get lost in translation of whether they're doing singles or doubles or whatever. Hooked by Robin talks in English, in American stitch terms. So I never get confused when I'm following one of her videos. This is called the Little Boy Blue Blanket. And what I did, this was a size 3 yarn. Let me grab, where do I have what is left? Let me grab that, hold on. Okay, so this is something that I got at Hobby Lobby. And if you're not familiar with, Hobby Lobby has a, I don't know if it's once or twice a year where they reduce and clear out a bunch of stuff. So here is a $4.99 skein that I bought for $1.24. Okay, and it was just one skein by itself. This ice cream color, look how pretty. It's a size 3 yarn, so it's smaller than the standard worsted weight. But so what I did was I held 2 together. And what I wanted was to have different parts of this, different colors of this yarn with my second strand to be 2 different colors. How am I trying to say that? So like the purple and blue, the orange and white. Those were the types of things that I was trying to, when I lined up my yarn to begin the project, I did that so that they would be 2 different colors. But then like right here, I'm yellow on yellow. So there's no color change in that part. And it was starting to kind of make me cray. Because if you know Amy, you know there's some OCD going on here with the color changing. And so like in sections where it was a whole lot of purple or a whole lot of orange, I just had to get over it. In the beginning of the project, I was trying to color control a lot more, and I would cut and retie yarn so that I constantly had a swirl of color, and it just got to be too much. You got to go with the flow, Amy Jo, and just do what colors come out. So this is where I ended on this blanket. It's a cute little, I didn't take the measurement of it, but it's super, super soft, and I'm super, super happy with it. And I just had this little bit left. So I said I only bought 1 skein, right? And so how did I get this whole blanket, right? So that was one of my eBay finds is, again, I'm a day late, $1 short. I find a clearanced out yarn, which means probably discontinued. They're not going to do this colorway anymore. So where am I going to possibly find any more of this if I want to? Go to eBay and then pay out the wazoo for it. But at that point in time, I was very excited that I found it. I still didn't pay $4.99 a skein, so I still made out from if you had just gone into the store and purchased it straight away. So in finding it on, after the clearance stores at Hobby Lobbies, some people have quite a bit that they put on eBay. All of this right here, these are all the same thing. I bought them for $1.49, and this is cotton in this gorgeous wine color. It's called Mountain View. I don't know why this is called Mountain View. It's like this wine, this burgundy and gray and black, and this really light pink. It's gorgeous. So I had 2 skeins left of that. And so then I did the same thing. You buy on eBay, you can also sell on eBay. So this gorgeous Jenny's Galoshes, it's got this sparkle in it. I was a little bit late to the clearance store at Hobby Lobby, so there wasn't a whole lot of acrylics, and I don't do a whole lot with cotton, so this was my step to putting on the big girl cotton breeches and give something a try with that. So yeah, I thought I did really good in purchasing only what I thought I would use. I didn't want to just buy it up. I'm not a retailer. I didn't want, you know, whatever. I didn't want to buy up what was on clearance and then try to put it on eBay and make a buck. That's too much stress. I'm not into, that's not what I'm here for. So when this, you know, this was the only one I found that year. And then the next time that sale, that annual sale came around, I got all of this cotton. And this was the other one. And I've got a bunch of that too. It's so pretty. So it's 100% cotton, but it's super, super soft. A lot of the cotton that we know of for like kitchen scrubbies or something, they call it, I don't remember what they call it, but it's a sturdy cotton. It's a stiff cotton. It's not very soft. You're not going to want to put it by your face, but this is super, super soft. Everybody does that soft factor, that soft test, rub it on your face. And it's super soft, so you can make a wearable. You can make a scarf with it. So these are super sparkly, like you can see in here. I don't know what I want to make from that yet, so I'm waiting for that perfect pattern to jump right out at me. But yeah, that's, if you can hit up that Hobby Lobby, if you can get it at the right time and pay, you know, $1.24, $1.49 for a skein of yarn, good on you. So yeah, so I found a bunch that was on eBay and that was able to make that beautiful blanket. And I also have another one that's in another tote that was not for the month of that I'm talking about. Is it right here? No. We'll look at that another time. It's in a tote somewhere. Okay, so then here, okay, so if you saw one of my previous videos about the Ogo situation, I talked a little bit about the X stitch, or the cross stitch. And it's where you skip a stitch and double crochet over, and then you go back and stitch into the one that you skipped, so it makes a little X. And a long, long time ago, I tried to use that pattern, that stitch in a pattern, and it was giving me a headache, and I wasn't having enough fun with it. So I frogged that whole thing, told myself I would never work on that cross stitch again, and moved on. So then recently, when I got some Ogo yarn and started a pattern that Yarnspirations had from the little QR code that I scanned in the store, I got home and found that it had triple crochet and double triple crochets that make the X. And it was 2 this way and then 1 this way. So it was really stretched out more. Here, let me grab it. Okay, so see, you can see, let me turn it around. You can see that you go, there's 2 straight, and then you skip, you know, you skip 2 and cross over, and then you got to come back and put those in. And then you put these 2 these 2 up and down bars, these 2 vertical bars, and then you come in and do the cross. So it's kind of like a 6-stitch repeat. And so you got to get your crosses going in the right direction. And they're a little bit easier to see because they're so big. So these are trebles, and then the crossover is a double treble. So there's a whole lot of yarn going on here in that little bitty space. This is my finished, this is the make that I'm talking about right now. It's called the Conversation Shawl by the Crochet Crowd. And I used a Bernat pop. So that's, comes in, this one's called Hot Chocolate, and it is 100% acrylic. It's 5 ounces, 280 yards. And that is a standard 4 weight with a 5mm hook. And here is my Conversation Shawl. So it ends with a little picot, cute little picot end. And it is made up of rows of double, single, double, and then here's that X stitch again. And in this case, it's just a double, not a treble or a double treble. So let's see a darker color here. There we go. So we're going to cross over, and then, you know, you skip one and cross over it, and then you go back and hit the one that you did before from behind. So it's a little bit hard to tell which side is the front side on that. So I had to mark it when I was making it. I got a little bit confused, I'll be honest. 4-row repeats are not my forte, because they look similar enough to each other that I forget where I'm at, and I have to recount and recount and recount and recount. I hate that. So, so here's like where a color control, where Amy, the other Amy, maybe would have tied off up there and made it cream all the way down, because it changes color in the middle of a stripe right there. But that's okay. We're being creative, right? So again, this was the crochet crowd. It's called the Conversation Shawl. And that one, I used a 6mm hook so that it would be a little bigger. And then my cat ear hat. And then Cinnamon Stitches make something called a Snood, S-N-O-O-D, I guess. And it's kind of like a hairnet. So you just buy like a headband. Let me grab one. A hairband. And then you crochet around it and create like a hairnet. And so I made one of those for my daughter-in-law. And then we bought some beads and stuff, and so I think we're going to make some more. She does some reenactments of the Civil War, and so they had some period-specific looks that we were going to try to recreate with some beads and stuff. So that'll be fun. And then basket. And so that I was still working on this one basket, so I'll show you that one. This was a bigger one that I was trying to finish off because I enjoyed the bigger size. So again, here's your big old round bottom. And then I made some big old handles. And this great blues and purples and pinks. So much fun. And then the double crochets up at the top instead of single crochets through here. And then these are, I'm not doubles, halves. So there's some singles down here. And then we go up into halves. And then here's where my purple ran out, so I just finished the top with some pink. And so yeah, I haven't started another basket since this one. I think I'm good on the baskets. We don't need to keep making any more. But there was that one, and then I had forgotten to show you this one because it was in my project shelf. I have a project that I started in it, and I'm not sure that I want to finish it or not. So this one was an oblong one, as you can see. It starts out as the rectangle bottom. And so the blues, this is really actually like a cornflower blue. It's a really pretty blue, but it looks kind of purpley on here. And then that green, and then a dark green I was still trying to use up. So see, look, here's some more of that cinnamon swirl. I started to do, this is again another 4. I just said I do not do well with 4-row repeats, and this is another 4-row repeat. So I have to stop and take time to mark each row so that, or each repeat section, so that I don't have to stop and count. You know, when you're doing something like this, I think if you want to do a very specific pattern that you have to count and you know, pay such close attention to what you're working on, that's great. But that wasn't my intention in this case, and it's being a lot more of a pain in my behind than I want it to be. So I don't know if I'm going to finish that or not. I've got it was one that I grabbed from Hobby Lobby. They've got these hanging around in the yarn aisles so that you can either grab some inspiration to crochet or then knit. Like, I think I liked this one at the store, and then I get home and realize that it's a knitted pattern, so I'm never going to finish that. But here is the infinity cowl that is in this container that I mean in this basket that I started working on. I think it's really cute, but again, this yarn is going to be the death of me because I just can't find enough that I enjoy when it works out what the colorway looks like. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Each time I start it and then I frog it, I think, ah! So anyway, so that was my other basket that I wanted to show that I forgot in my basket video. And I'm really enjoying these. So if you liked anything that you saw here today, I would appreciate a comment or a like, or give me a thumbs up, you know. if you would subscribe, you can see what videos I put out next. You know, learning as I go with this, but I'm sharing from the heart, and I hope that you enjoy what you see and that you think I'm fun and want to come back and see some more. So thanks for today. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. It's Saturday morning. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Happy Easter to you all. I'll see you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.